And thank you for returning to the Radio Horror YouTube channel with our movie reviews. And we had The Blonde in Front of Fear, Katie giving us the review for Jordan Peele's new movie, Us.
Hello, creepies, and the crawlies. It is myself, Katie the Blonde, in Front of Fear, to tell you about Us. Written and directed by Jordan Peele. It stars Lupita Nyong'o and Winston Duke. It opens in 1986 in Santa Cruz. This is a thing. This is not a spoiler, kids, but the first 5 minutes of the film gives everything away that you need to know about the film. 2 words: pay attention. This is all about the details and all about the big reveals. Now, you have a little girl on the Santa Cruz pier with her mom and dad. She walks off and is lost, and then she comes back. Her parents find her, and for some reason, she can't speak. Now you've got 30 years later. This little girl has a family. They're on their way to their beach house. You've got the mom as Lupita Nyong'o, Adelaide. Regular mom, just chill. Her husband, Winston Duke, who is Gabe, who is very, I would say, Chevy Chase in National Lampoon's Vacation type of dad. Very dorky, yet sweet as can be. Her daughter, Zora, played by Shahadi Wright Joseph, and then their son, Jason, played by Evan Alex. Now, they're on their way to their vacation house. They meet some friends at the beach. Adelaide is a little weary about going to the same beach where she had her episode where she got lost, and, is letting her friends and family know that. They go to their beach house then after they're at the beach, and that's when the nightmare fuel happens. They are at the house for probably not even close to a couple hours when their doppelgangers appear and terrorize them. Now, here's where the performances are just in another league. Lupita Nyong'o, I mean, this is some Oscar fuel if I've never seen it. Like, the fact that each one of these characters is playing their doppelganger is freaking amazing. She is outstanding as both Adelaide and her doppelganger, or as we find out what they're called, the tethered, Red. Red does a little monologue of why all of this is happening and how their lives are going to be changed. And then for the rest of the film, this family of 4 fights for their life. Now, there are many interpretations of why this is happening. And you know what? I can't say that any of them are wrong. Like, that's one of the things I love about this film and about the messages that it portrays. I think Jordan Peele is brilliant. Did I like this film when I walked out of the theater? I thought it was okay, and I will admit that I kept comparing it to Get Out. Get Out, I wanted to see immediately after I watched it, and I loved it from the get-go. This one, I had some problems, and there are some questions regarding the narrative, like, how did this happen? Why is this happening? All of this. And, that's expected. At the same time, when I was done asking those questions and didn't really care about it, the ending of this film just kept digging into my brain like a little bug, and I couldn't get it out. And that, to me, is an effective and amazing film. I just kept thinking about that ending and what it really meant and the bigger meaning to it. And to me, I feel like this is one of the best films of the year. It's got great direction. It's suspenseful. It's got the blood. It's got the gore. It's got the many questions, that you can have regarding a good film that may be answered, maybe not. And it's also a nice little scavenger hunt to find the pop culture references with other films that possibly influenced him as a kid. I feel like
like Chud and Goonies.
Oh, there's that, but there's also like Blade Runner and The Omen. I mean, one of the things I love so much about this film is the original score by Michael Abels. 5 minutes in, you get the whole movie. Then you get this score by Michael Abels that if he wasn't influenced by The Omen with that choir of Latin chanting, I mean, it would have fooled me. But the fact is that it just keeps going. Like, it's creepy as hell. And then it gets to a point where I'm like, nope, I'm done. I'm done. You have creeped me. You have gotten me to my beyond creep out factor, because it's not even like it's showing anything. It's like panning out to a bunch of rabbits, but that music is bone chilling and haunting, and that right there is what makes a good film. I
Now,
mean, it's not even any like blood or anything like that. It's just that music, and I'm like, something is wrong with this stuff, and this is
now, some
this is
people
not going to end well.
some people think that the ending, when it reveals something about one of our main characters, like a
Yes.
big like, oh, it's been that way the whole time. I kind of
Yeah.
wish it had been like Inception, where the top keeps spinning and you don't know if everything is still like a dream or whatever. Like, we maybe flash back to what we saw in the beginning of the movie, but then it ends right there, no further, no more, and we're left asking the question: are they trying to tell us what they think they're trying to tell us? Because here's the thing that I don't understand. Now, big spoiler, I have to give away one little thing. This movie's also been out for like 3 weeks now. Also, you're listening to a review. We're really not going to spoil it too much, but there is one thing I do have to ask. If the copycats, the clones, that's what they are. They're clones. I'm not going to reveal too much more, but they are basically clones engineered by the government. If the clones are telling us what we are led to believe to be true, that they don't have souls, how does one become like the way they do without a soul? Because that's why they are the way they are. They're all effed up and crazy. There's no soul. You can't create a soul.
Well, and there's that, or it's supposed to be the evil part of you that is where they are.
Also, I find it really crazy. The government cloned everybody on the planet Earth.
Well, and that's the thing, because is it the government, or is it only that section of the West Coast? Because, with I don't know. I don't see that it's actually, I don't feel like it's actually all the United States where this is happening, but definitely along the West Coast that it's happening. Even though there is a segment where they talk about tunnels throughout the United States. But it seems to me that they're definitely, when they have the news coverage and whatnot, they talk about up to San Francisco and that, but they don't talk about the rest of the United States. So, and I also don't know if it's actually the government that is doing this, or if it is in coordination with the group that did the mental experiments that are in Get Out. Because one of the things that I know Jordan Peele talked about after he did Get Out is that he had 3 scripts that he has already written, and this is the second one. Get Out was the first, this is the second one, and I feel like whatever the third one's going to be, I'm not saying it's going to tie everything together, but I do feel like it's going to let it in a little bit more of what this whole experimental thing is that they're doing on people and why they're doing it. Like a common thread, not necessarily an explanation, but the common thread of manipulation to human beings and why. But the ending, to me, is just one of the most haunting things I can ever imagine, considering where those people are and what's and the reason why this whole situation led to where it led to. I know I'm trying not to spoil it, and I think that my explanation was the best way not to spoil it. But yeah, one of the things it's about the film, I had so many questions regarding little things and all that stuff. But when you think about it, if these beings are supposed to be like the alter ego with like our true evil self or self without souls, you don't need much then to live with that. I mean, or who knows, because I don't know what a soulless being needs. But if it's like, like a vampire, vampires only need blood and that's it. It's not like they need like, extra amount of vitamin D or any of the stuff like, human beings need on a certain level. But yeah, that ending I can't get it out of my head. And the more days that went on, the more I realized like, wow, you know what? I actually realized I liked this film way more than I thought I did. And it had definitely a stronger effect on me than I thought it did when I left the film. And this is a film that I think many people will see twice. And I recommend seeing it twice because there's a lot of stuff that you probably missed in the first one that I even wrote down. And I feel like there's a lot more that I could have written down, but I can't wait to see it again. So anyone who hasn't seen it, I give this a major cheers to Fear. I would say it's definitely in my top 10 for 2019. And I say check it out.
Absolutely. Definitely an amazing movie. Good, I think, follow-up to Get Out. And check out the rest of our reviews here on the Radio Horror YouTube channel. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, everybody, for checking us out. Go see us. You can see us at the local Blackstone Valley Cinema Deluxe in Millbury, Massachusetts as well.